Toxi had her baby last night. I want to preface this by saying if you're here to hate on this, then you can just keep scrolling because this baby is extremely special and she's not normal. It's a very unfortunate situation, but it is what it is, and we love her. And I honestly think that she's cuter than all the other babies because of what happened to her. She has a congenital deformity called wry nose. You look at her face, her nose is twisted and it's deviated to the left here. And if you look at her from the side, she's got like a bump here, and her nose in general is very, very short. What wry nose is, if you're not familiar with it, is a congenital deformity. Congenital means born with it. It does not mean genetic. This is not a genetic condition. So mom does not have a gene for it. Dad does not have a gene for it. There is no gene for it. It is something that happens when the fetus is in utero and this deformity develops. And the reason that happens is because something happens to the mare at a certain point in gestation where these things can happen. And as you guys probably know, Toxi was very sick. We thought we were going to lose her, essentially, is what caused this. The problem with this condition is that it's not just a matter of it's, unsightly or we can't show her or anything like that, but it can, depending on how severe it is, it can interfere with their breathing because all their nasal passages and airways are twisted as well, and so they can be blocked. So it could be as severe to where upon birth she would not be able to breathe at all, and she obviously would die right away. She came out breathing fantastic. I was so excited because I was on TikTok live when she was born last night, and anybody that was on my live saw her born, and they know that her nose was probably only out like to her eyes, and I already knew what I was looking at, and obviously was instantly upset, but I couldn't tell at that point how bad it was. And then when she was fully out, obviously breathing was number one most important thing, and she was breathing fantastic, and she wasn't ever labored. She was not in respiratory distress at any point in time, and so I was extremely happy with that. But then the next hurdle that we had to get over was the other thing that this condition can cause is problems with them developing and being able to nurse. So they may have a suckle reflex, but they can't contort their mouth in a way that they can actually develop that pressure to actually nurse. And then you have to place a feeding tube, and if they cannot develop that pressure because their face is that deformed, then there's major concern that down the road that they may never be able to actually eat normally either. So they wouldn't be able to graze grass, eat hay, eat grain, and even a liquid diet may not work because if they can't develop that pressure to drink down, if they couldn't drink water, these are obviously things that would be life-ending. And so then we had that concern. I felt that she probably was going to be okay, but obviously I was still very concerned. And this little girl, I will say, even though she's like this, she is so smart. She was standing in 20 minutes, which is pretty fast. She was trying to nurse within 30 minutes. She pooped in an hour and a half, and she was fully latched on, nursing like a champ at the 2-hour mark, which some babies nurse before that, but I have a lot of normal babies, specifically colts, that are not nursing at the 2-hour mark. So I was so proud of her because she did such a good job, didn't you? I know. And she's so friendly. I know she's jumping around right now, but she's so friendly. It's okay, honey. You're absolutely precious. So she has just done so well. She's nursing completely normal. She acts like a totally normal baby. I mean, there's literally nothing wrong with her. I have a whole lot of babies that just don't hit the benchmarks as clear cut and as strongly as she has. So I'm very happy with that because needless to say, guess what? Shocker, we are all attached to her already. I know nobody's actually surprised by that. But how can you not? I mean, she is so stinking cute. She is so precious. She's super uber friendly. She just wants to be your friend. And oh my gosh, I just absolutely love her. And obviously my initial thought when she came out was, I was like, at my worst fear, I said to my husband, he's like, well, what can happen with this? And I said, well, I mean, there's some that have to be euthanized because they can't eat normal, they can't drink water, they can't nurse. You know, I said, obviously, we're going to do absolutely everything under the sun to help her and get her through this. But there are some that just simply cannot be fixed. And this is our first one we have ever had in 45 years, thankfully. And the other ironic thing, too, is you're not even going to believe this. The day before yesterday, I was just scrolling the Book of Faces, and I came across a post on my Equine Vet to Vet page, which is a private group that you have to be a veterinarian in order to be on, and it's obviously equine vets on there. And another equine vet had a client with a foal that had this, a big horse, obviously. And they were just asking for advice and what to do because they hadn't experienced it before. And I saw that post and I just thought to myself, it was a feeling of like, I'm realistic. I do know that it is just a matter of time until this happens to us. And honestly, for not to happen in 45 years is pretty darn good. It is a very rare condition, but at the same time, of the congenital conditions that happen to fetuses in utero that have to do with the mare getting sick at whatever point in gestation, this is one of the more common ones. But as a whole, it's a very rare condition. So I knew it was just a matter of time, but I just couldn't believe that I'm looking at this face when I just saw that post the day before. But we just love her. And everybody that has met her already, she's 24 hours old right now, and everybody that has met her has just fallen in love with her and just, oh my gosh. And I think you can see why. So I will definitely keep you guys updated on her, and then we will definitely have to start talking about names. We had some suggestions last night on TikTok live, but I don't want to give them away. I want to see what you guys come up with. So we'll do another video and actually talk about that down the road, but I just wanted to let you guys know about her and everything that happened, and most importantly that she's doing great.